Hi. Hello, hi. Welcome to Roll for Bull. I'm excited to stream, so I just completely forgot to open with a joke. I am your DM, Ben Competence. These are our heroes. These are the Dragonlords. Say hi, Dragonlords.
Hi,
And
Dragonlords.
Oh, Dragon
Hello.
Lord.
they said it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Um, we're trying to cut down the intro so we can get to you and bring you the adventure. So I am going to get to summarizing the game and jumping in. Our heroes are in the land of Thylia, a land of Greek mythology and magic and adventure, and they stand on the precipice of war. After 500 years of peace, the Titans, vengeful and furious, are sharpening their blades, preparing for battle in 26 days, according to Jin's pillow. And we, the heroes, have been charged with finding a way to avoid this conflict. That battle has led them, that quest has led them to the Tower of the Lotus Witch, which now is a being of supreme knowledge and information who they have now discovered is a sphinx who is hoarding her information greedily. The heroes can make a play for it, but this could go very poorly if they are not careful. So before we lose those heroes tonight, let's get to know them a little bit better. I love you guys. I have every faith in every one of you.
I don't know about the
Oh
rest
no,
of you,
not
but
with.
I'm going to continue adventuring even as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The entire dynamic of this entire campaign is going to change.
We all turn
There's-
into like animal, adventures.
I don't think we're going to change. No.
Oh, you can. That's not a bluff. There are rule systems like not D&D, but rule systems for like being kid adventurers. I'm like, we'll just switch to one of those and keep going.
Perfect.
I'm gonna roll a 1d4, and when I pick somebody, I want them to introduce themselves, briefly describe their character, and then tell me what your character's favorite book genre would be. We're gonna jump into that right now, and I'm gonna start with Jen.
Ooh, hello everybody. My name is Jennifer. I play Krayarin, the Wood Elf monk. Pow! Uncle to Ismene and Arcades. Let's see here. Book genre. I was thinking about this, and I was thinking like true crime, so that you can
Ooh.
learn and not do those mistakes,
Mhm.
and like be able to get away with shit even more. So that's what I'm thinking.
I like this. I like this. All right, let's pick
The
another
more
person.
you know.
Next is Allie.
Hey, I'm Allie. My character is Callista. She's a satyr bardlock, and her favorite genre would probably be historical fiction, specifically epic poetry. Go figure.
You know, that is remarkably on brand to the point where I don't have anything I could say about that. That is just good. Let's go with next with Reed.
I'm Reed. I am the human wizard Euphemian. And, I mean, the favorite is kind of a weird thing with him because he's basically just throw me a book and I'll read it. But very much if he had to choose something, I think he would probably go more towards nonfiction, factual stuff, documentaries, literature about things, rather than novels and that sort of stuff.
I like it. I liked it. And that leaves us with Tammy. Tammy, what have you got?
So I am Tammy. I play Kiki, the Triton barbarian fighter. And her favorite genre of book would be mysteries because she likes the type of stories and she doesn't exactly have the intelligence to figure it out on her own. She's got a -1 for intelligence as her stat, but she likes to be able to live vicariously through the character that she's reading about, going through and figuring this all out and then getting the satisfaction and maybe sort of learning something, learning how to do it, probably.
I like this. Ooh, I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it in 10 minutes. Reed, do you have any announcements you want to do before I jump into my thing? Into like
Nothing.
wrapping it.
Yeah, nothing too different than usual. I'm just going to plug our store here. That's going to be streamlabs.com/merch/roll4bull. And if you go there, you can find things like sandals or leggings or hoodies, t-shirts. We've got a couple of things up there. And, check them out. And if you want to support us in a different way than usual, that would be a great way to do it.
Excellent.
And you'd look
excellent.
good doing it too.
You would. The outfits are very, very attractive. I will tell you that right
The
now.
material is so soft too.
Mhm.
If your favorite person's wearing it, you're gonna hug them and never want to let go.
Oh.
That could become
like that.
problematic.
This is true, and we back this.
What a problem
we
to have.
we stand by this promise. So our heroes, to jump back into it, have met the Lotus Witch, a sphinx at the top of the Onyx Tower, along with their, let's call him friend, Chandris. A tiefling with his own agenda, to put it nicely. Make sure you guys have your levels of exhaustion tracked. It's almost like I exhausted you into having bad history checks before we got to this. And I think show of hands, are we ready? Let's jump in. In my mind, our opening credits just played, but we don't have those. 8 minutes. The Sphinx, as I mentioned before, has centered herself on the pedestal in the middle of this room. This room impossibly large, full of books and tomes and scrolls and maps and paintings and archives of just all this information. She looks at all of you with impatience and barely restrained anger as she says, if you want this information, if you want to learn more about the world, you need to prove that you are not as ignorant as the many, many people that have come before you. You are not a helpless child like those below. Do you think that you seek this knowledge righteously?
I like to think I do everything I do righteously.
You are on the side of good. What would you do with this information that I give you?
What we're searching for is a way to prevent a war between the Titans and the gods.
And you want to know what? How to slay the Titans, slay the gods, replace them, extend the oath, or do you think that you can get them to agree to peace?
I'm keeping as many of the options open as possible. Obviously, a large task like this is not something to which to dedicate to one path if there are multiple paths to victory. But ultimately, I hope to do it with as little bloodshed as possible.
And you, what do you seek? She looks at Kiki.
some way to find a resolution to the end of the truce coming up that, as Euphemian said, results in the less bloodshed, less death as possible, the best outcome for everybody involved.
So if I offered you any information that you could want, all you would ask is information to these ends.
That is our main goal right now.
Well, that and finding out what exactly has happened with me.
Is going on with you. Oh, obviously, sorry.
What is happening with you? You are curious. And she leans back and she closes her eyes, thinking for a moment. Chandris looks around the room. I'm gonna say nudges Callista and sort of tilts his head, pointing at all of these books, clearly collections of different works from all kinds of different people. Not like a specific goal so much as like when he not gets your attention so much as, just look at her collection. And she says, she thinks at last and says, yes, I do know of you. In my mind, I've traveled to so many places in the world gathering information, and I've seen the truth of you because it is very unlike anything else I've found. It's written down in one of these books. In fact, it's note annotated on one of these maps. I propose this to know for myself that you are seekers of knowledge and that you do cherish that treasure. I will ask you 5 questions. Each of you must answer one. And if you fail and reveal yourself to be the ignorant child that I suspect you are, then I will relieve you of the disguise you wear now. Are we agreed?
Mm, Clarification?
Hmm.
Is it one question per person or 5 questions for us to share?
Five questions for you to share. But I would like to hear from each of you.
So even if we're not looking for anything from you and we are just companions to one who is.
You chose to come up here. You chose to travel all the way to see me. Tell me, Callista, if I were to charge at your friend Euphemian right now, my full fury, would you defend him?
I'd try.
If I tried to kill him, would you try to slay me?
I'd try to stop you
Would you be willing to use violence?
if it came to it. It wouldn't be my first choice.
But it is an option to you.
Yeah.
So you came into my home, to my tower, willing to kill for your friends, willing to kill me for your friends. You've already trespassed. You don't get to decide that you are not a part of this discussion now. If you would like to not be, you can excuse yourself and leave your friend to their fate. I can have you placed on another island for them to come pick you up. Are you here or are you
Won't
not?
be necessary.
So you are here now.
If those are my options. I mean, I'd expect you to be a little less reductive about it, considering your fascination with knowledge. But if you're going to be that reductive about it, then yeah.
I will be what I choose to be. You chose to be here armed. At no point of this have you offered. If you denied that you are willing to hurt me or promised otherwise. You want to be here but not be here. I don't allow that.
Very well.
Does anyone else have objections to my terms? What about you? Krarin?
Hi.
Hello. What do you feel comfortable with the terms before us? Would you wager your life that you and your friends are seekers of knowledge that are worthy of being in this tower today?
Honestly, the alternative is war, so I mean, I'm here to support my friend, but we are trying to seek a way that is the best solution for Thalia. So, yeah.
I'm going to ask you questions now.
I kind of lean over to whoever's near me and be like, isn't that like 5 questions that they've asked already? But like,
You see her look at you with so much fire and murder in her eyes.
Point of clarification, if I may.
I was very clear. But speak.
I am also a seeker of knowledge, and it has long dismayed me that some things are not known to any man. The questions which you will ask, they will be within our ability to answer.
These questions would be within the purview of anyone that studied the history of this place and learned of Thalia. I can't attest to what you personally have studied or known. I don't know everything within your mind or history. I am not the Fates, but if you value knowledge, you would have learned these. And I think that fair.
Then ask your questions.
We'll begin simply of the history of the war. Sean just looks at Euphemia and he goes, didn't ask me if I was ready. She says, and I'm going to give you guys, for any of these questions, out of character, these questions are things that could conceivably be in your notes. They will all be questions that have come up at one point or another in the campaign to varying difficulty.
Good thing I've got my notes with me.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to set a timer. You have 60 seconds to send in one answer as a group. It needs to be a explicit final answer. No hedging bets or anything like that.
A minute.
And
Like 2.
nope. And if you don't give me the correct if you don't make the correct answer in one guess within 1 minute, then we go to the fail condition. Some of these will be very easy, and some of these are me trying to kill you guys. Let's begin. What's up?
We
What's up,
have
Reed?
to get all 5?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're watching in chat, please feel free to play along. I said
Oh my god, where is everybody? Who's all viewing? Let's just wait.
I said last
like-
week. I said last week you guys were going to be in a fight scene where chat could legitimately actually help. This is it.
Okay, wait, who's all in the chat? Wait. Let's go find
Doesn't,
Gamerbot's not
doesn't
here right
matter.
now. They're the one that's been
Doesn't
watching all the
matter,
recent
Jen.
streams.
Doesn't matter. Let's just go. Don't overthink it. Just go.
Like I said,
Jen
very
will
difficulty.
not be good. Jen is not good under pressure, so just to let y'all know.
What is the name of Esther's ship as he named it?
The Ultros.
The Ultros.
As I said, they would vary. Let's see. What were the specific peoples whose tragedy drove Kyra to break her allegiance with Esther?
The Geigens.
What is the name of the brightest star in the sky named for a place of tranquility and peace within Thylia?
The Golden Heart.
Are you sure you want to throw that in?
Yes.
I'm going to list a statement. I'm going to say a statement, and it's going to be a true or false statement, but it's a two-part question. So listen to the whole thing carefully. The statement is that Sidon and Lutheria enacted a wicked plan to kill, and that killed all of their siblings. If this is true, explain the plan. If it is false, explain what makes it untrue.
False. Chelsea is trapped beneath the volcano, and there's one that is carrying the barge, and
Yeah,
one
they're not
is
all
not
dead.
quite dead.
Yeah, I don't think it's Chelsea under the volcano, but
No, it was another one that was under the volcano.
they're not all dead would be the short
Yeah.
version.
There is a sacred place in the forest where the Dryads were betrayed and driven mad by the Dragonlords. What type of place was it originally? And for whose benefit was it made?
The temple to Sidon.
She closes her eyes and she thinks. And Chandra says, "You have a great deal of power, and I do respect that. But also, I believe that... Is that 5? And he looks at the rest of you.
That might be the hardest question.
I think so, because
I
that
think
was
so.
Esther's name, ship, the tragedy, name of the brightest star, and a
Yeah,
two-part
that was 5.
question, and then the sacred temple, sacred place where nymphs gone mad.
You might be asking yourself, did I ask 5 questions or 6?
That's like 5A or 5.1.
And She thinks and she says, she closes her eyes for a little bit. She says, the history of Thylia is documented heavily. It is discussed in schools and temples, and there are so many that do not wish to know, that don't wish to consider it or their role in it. Who in the first war, who were the good in the war?
I don't think there was a good in the war.
That's not what I asked.
That's a little subjective, though, don't you think?
Explain yourself.
Well, war is never good. The only time war is good is when the victors are the ones that declare what it is.
And each party probably thinks they're doing right by what they feel is right,
And their standards.
which is why they fight so strongly for it, regardless of sides.
The people who suffer are the people, the innocents. And there was a lot of innocents that died.
So I ask you to pick a name, to pick a people, to pick a cause, and you're declining.
Would you ask a grain of sand to represent a beach?
Do you know how many people have explained to me at this time that they are the heroes, or that they are on the side of good, and that they represent the gods, no, the titans, no, the people. And they always explain why they are the champions of those that are good. There isn't good, there is just destruction and salvation. And it seems at the very least, you know more than the many that I've had to deal with as of late. This island was covered in an archive of great knowledge, and the centaurs destroyed it for their own benefit, for warmth and fire, and for their own buildings and structures. All of the trees housing all the knowledge torn down. I've told you this, and I tell you this again because it is so easy to lose that knowledge. And if you fought to earn what you have now, use it, learn from it, understand it, and ask 5 questions of your own. If I am able to answer them, I will answer them to the best of my ability. And each of you gets 1.
Can clarification.
Be very careful what you say next, Jen.
This would be Craren speaking.
Okay.
But also,
But don't
if it
ask
ends
a
in
question
mark,
that is not a question that you want to have answered with all the force of all the knowledge of Thylia.
Oh, yeah, true
you'll lose
enough.
your
Okay,
yeah.
above. Well, I guess I wouldn't know then. Never mind.
What is it? Something you could ask Ben, or is it something you want to ask the Sphinx?
No, definitely something I'd like to ask Ben. Is
Okay.
like, can I give my question away?
No.
Oh.
No. You know Kill Bill, the monk that gave the slightest of nods?
Yeah.
You know that line that always talking to me. You guys are some of the first people the Sphinx has ever actually offered information to. So treat it delicately.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Oh boy. Okay.
You can have someone feed you a question to ask, but it needs to come out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel like there should be a lot of texting going on right now.
I'll pointedly ask the rest of them. Shall I start?
Mhm.
Chandra goes, by all means. And
That-
Chandra says, so.
That was not your question.
And Chandra says, are you all going to take my question away from me?
Why
You've
would we
been
do
as
that?
much of a part as this as any.
Hmm.
You are free to ask the question that lays light on your heart.
Purple.
Well then, I would ask. I have been told that my soul is a knot upon it, that Sidon has a personal grudge against me, and that all of this has something to do with Euphemion, the boy that, as far as I know, I had killed.
You did.
What has caused this?
Before I proceed, can you guys still hear me clearly?
Yep.
Mhm.
Hmm.
All right, I'm adjusting how I sit. And she closes her eyes again and says, your fate and Euphemion's fates were decided at different times. And you are from a path that should not have been and has yet be concluded. Sidon Sidon plans a great war, and in this war, he needs generals and soldiers. And meeting with the wise, the fates, the oracles, and many others, he found people who would someday become the people that he could use, that would join his army, that would lead his army. And he found a child whose future was of a twisted red darkness that would make him truly a sight to behold on the battlefield. And receiving this knowledge of futures that may be, he set to work planning. And Euphemion was held for that destiny. And then you, with a simple rock, ended that. She leans forward as well. Euphemion's future and fate were already in motion when you severed him from this mortal coil. Actions responding to and regarding his future have already happened through the power of prophecy and oracle, and you ripped him from that. And so it is true that there are truths in the world from the place and time where Euphemion became a general, and from the world where you crushed him and ended him. He is both dead and also alive. There is a place of primal, chaotic energy where the fabric of reality is weak and frayed and torn. And in that place, the madness of the magic of the world and the truth of the world lashes out wild and snarled. And there you will see the shimmer of Euphemian that should have been. At Typhon, the maw, the mouth of madness. You will need to find your way there. And she closes her eyes, and you see this map, this scroll appear from one of the shelves and float over and lower itself in front of Euphemian, sort of trusting him to catch it. Um, do you accept this?
Yes.
As you do, yeah, and you look at it. In short, this is a star chart. And going forward, I will gladly tell you guys which constellations go to which islands.
Ooh.
Merry Crimbus. It is anybody's question.
Including Chandra's.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have that in mind.
Cal, Kiki? I look
Have
pointedly
a-
at them.
I have a question, but it's somewhat selfish.
You've earned the right to a question here. I will not assuage you nor discourage you. I will tell you now that I know the facts of this world as I can see them with my divination. I do not know the hearts of people. I do not know the future. I have gathered much of what is. If you do not wish to take my gift, then you may leave.
Chandras, perhaps, if you wish to ask your question, we can
Chandra
discuss.
says, very well. Your Grace. And he bows and he says, I will tell you truthfully that I seek to win the favor of one very, very dear to me. And I am afraid that I may fall short of doing that on my own. So I want to ask you, what is it that would make Lutheria the happiest? And the Sphinx looks at him and says, I have said that I don't know the future. And he said, I'm sorry. She said, no, I have said that I don't know the future, and I can only speak from what I have seen and gleaned throughout the years and throughout the histories. Lutheria has changed over the years, over the centuries, over the millennia. And she seeks joy and she seeks euphoria. But she has in my own judgment, fall into madness, and she seeks to cause agony and suffering. Nothing pleases her more than to watch others languish. And Chandra says she has a righteous anger towards many of the peoples here. And the Sphinx says, I did not discuss this. It was not to be argued. You tell yourself what you want to tell yourself, but I tell you what I have seen. She wishes harm. And that is the truth of it. I will honor my promise of knowledge. As repugnant as that question is, but that is what would please her. I want each of you to roll insight.
Who's you two?
All of you.
Disadvantage, right?
If you have it, if you're exhausted.
Oh, I can't remember. No, I took mine off because I.
No,
only
you're
did
good.
one. So 23 for Krarin.
11.
10.
12 and 12 for Kiki.
Okay. Give me one moment. Krarin, you're the only one that can really see it. So I'm gonna message you.
I'd imagine
Um,
he'd get something just because of his time with the Fates. He has maybe a little bit more,
mhm.
ideas.
I've dropped a couple of suggestions for questions if you don't have any
Mm.
coming to mind into our Discord.
Thank you. Ooh.
All right, I sent you that. Yes, I will put a timer on this because she is not going to wait for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So there needs to be questions.
Mm-hmm. I think Krarin kind of keeps some information to himself, and he'll step forward and say, one of the main reasons we are here is to find information on how to find the most peaceable method. So, with your great knowledge, how can we resolve this ending of an oath with as little bloodshed as possible?
Some time ago, I watched and listened to the Titans. I listened to the Titans, and I know that Lutheria wants nothing more than to watch each of you be broken. I think you underestimate what she would give to see that. As for Esther, or sorry, not for Esther, sorry, Esther, as for Sidon, it seems that he is in a state that there would be very, very little bloodshed to end his wrath. There you go.
Thank you. And thank you for being the keeper of all this knowledge. I think it's a great burden.
She nods.
Hi. Okay, so my question is, how would you restore divine power to a god who had been brought low?
Roll an insight check, Callista.
Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on a second. So that's the first one. Okay, 17.
This lady, this Sphinx has such a completely perfect poker face that there's no really any way to glean any information from it. But the fact that she's pausing at all in this way is
Bad sign.
no, you've thrown her for a loop.
Oh.
Like, she doesn't know how to answer that question. And she says, I'm seriously talking to answers because I'm going over in my head.
I can ask a different question if this one is beyond your
She would
purview.
say, the oath of peace forbids me from giving you an answer.
Oh.
Let the gods speak for themselves. What they experience now is what they experience now is the path they began walking a long time ago. But this is not for you to salvage. But I want you to know, Callista, that if it were not for that oath, I would tell you everything to that question.
Well, if we are unsuccessful, may I return in 26 days?
I believe your friend has the final question.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Thank you. As I'm sure you're aware, my father, Pythor, has recently been turned into a wild boar along with Sidon. I was just wondering if you would know where we might be able to find them.
There is a wild boar, great boar, southeast of the village where you met. And there's a great boar south of the necropolis at Tillamook. And as I can only see the world, I am unable to tell you which is which, as I cannot see into their hearts. If it is any comfort or concern, I do not see them in danger at this time. When the magic is lifted, I presume they will both carry about their works immediately. If you saw one of these boars and could cut its throat easily, knowing that with the flip of a coin, you could be saving many people from Sidon's wrath or killing your own father, would you flip that coin?
Not without knowing with 100% certainty.
What kind of person do you see yourself to be?
Still working on that. I've been a soldier following others' orders for so long. I'm trying to make my own thoughts, my own ideals, my own decisions. Sometimes it proves more difficult than other times. But I try to do the right thing for the greater good, as cliched as that is. But sometimes it's very difficult.
You've been a soldier. What orders would you give yourself in that situation?
Wait.
You all have gained the knowledge that you sought, I believe. Sandra goes, yes. She says, this thank you. Thank you. As a final favor for the company you have provided. Where shall I place you? As it is now time to leave.
Here we go. Hi. Is there a service we could provide for you as in thanks?
I won't be indebted to you further. I take care of my needs. If you ever have knowledge to impart here and leave with me to study, I may be moved to answer more questions.
I would have one last request, if you would.
Mm.
May we have your name as Callista and Kyra document our journeys and we want to tell people about you. We want to help tell your story.
They have referred to me as the Lotus Witch. As the Lotus Witch, and the meaning and origin of that has been lost to time, but I've grown a fondness for that. And that is all you need to know. That is all I request.
I thank you, Lotus Witch.
Big ask. But since you didn't really answer my question, might I ask another?
You step too far, and you are ungrateful and imprudent and greedy. Now that you've begun to ask your question, finish it. And she rises and she says, she rises and she stands to the full height as a Goliath at full height. And she says, choose your words carefully, because I want to hear with careful consideration what is so important that you would say that I did not fulfill my promise and that you deserve a second question.
Require to release the centaurs from their curse?
For them to replace the knowledge that was lost. You are to let them deal in their own fate and accept it. It is not for you to decide, and it is not for you to resolve. Do you understand? Do you accept that?
Yes. And I'm just gonna rummage around in my bag, and I'm gonna take out Esther's journal from the ship that I already kind of looked through. And I'm just gonna step forward and say, I don't know if this has any value for you. It's a little
It
bit
sort of floats over to her immediately, like mage hand style, just comes over. She's like, yeah, it's mine. And she looks at it, and it just holds in front of her and flips through the pages, and she says, these thoughts of one of the cruelest in our time are worth studying and knowing. This is rare knowledge indeed. If I give you one more question, will you give that the respect and grace that it deserves? Or will you spit in my face once more?
I will give it the respect that it deserves. And I'm gonna just hold up one finger. I'm gonna turn to you, Fabian. And I'm gonna say, I feel like I'm gonna really, really mess this up. Any suggestions?
Well, I would suggest not telling her that she hadn't fulfilled her obligations. That would be a good start.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Well,
That's
okay,
that's great advice, honestly.
maybe you can just keep it as an apology.
Ask about how to get rid of Esther off the damn ship.
She takes the book and places it under. Well, I'm going to say she takes the book how do I want to do this?
I guess I'll ask that as my question is, would you accept that as an apology?
Yeah, she's gonna take this. It turns into like a half orcish form, and holds the book and stuffs it in a satchel that's now there. And she says, "Yes, it's a start." Euphemian. She turns to you and says, "You, as I have seen it, do not have knowledge to give me because you chose to spread that knowledge before you were here. Is that correct?"
I have made my life a matter of making sure that knowledge is available to as many people as possible.
She closes, in her orchestra, she closes her eyes, and you see these wings appear behind her and sort of close and cover her. And then when they pull back, she's full Azamar in this like divine form. And she says, "You shall spread knowledge." And she holds up her hand. And these papers fly and move from different sides of the hall and wrap themselves up in little scrolls and move towards Euphemian one at a time. And I'm going to put it in the in the Twitch chat for the viewers' benefit too. But you have received spell scrolls for the following spells.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Okay. Interesting.
Damn. Chain lightning? Damn.
Thank you for this.
Thank you.
We'll make sure to tell the Academy when they get the copies of those books to send copies here first, like first print.
Thank you. That is good. Thank you, Princess. Where shall I take you now?
Perhaps the village of the centaurs.
Their fate is their own, you understand.
I understand, but they did promise us a party.
Do hold on to the knowledge that I give you.
I don't think it's leaving me anytime soon.
And you see the room grow wider and stretch out more. The bookshelves grow taller. The bricks opening to form windows to the different realms. Everything stretching, becoming impossibly bigger and greater. You see her sort of shift into this ethereal, luminescent spirit. And then all of it begins to collapse, move closer. The room caving in, almost like a book just being closed, folding up into itself around each of you, beginning to push and crush against all of you before any of you have time to react. Everything being blackness and noise. And then suddenly, "Oh, you're here. Hi." That night, the night that you left, it is the evening of the day that you left. Oh no, it's the next day. It's the next day. But it would be the evening of that second day.
Okay.
So we're on the precipice of a long rest for those keeping score at the couch. And she goes, "Hi, you're late a little bit. It's okay. It's She goes, essentially, we had a party yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. But we decided to just, well, life is about good vibes, and we wanted to keep that going. So here we are, day 2. How are you?"
Has it only
You
been
partied
2 days?
Straight?
What? What was that? It's
partied
been,
For 2 days straight?
well, I mean, we had to take breaks, and I think that one lady did become a scorpion, so we had to move the party over here. But other than that, it's been fun.
It's not in character.
So I want to take a moment and say,
So casual.
Somebody turned into a scorpion, so then we just moved the party.
Addie K, my
Hard.
BFF Jill, turned into a scorpion, so we had to
Yeah.
move.
yeah, one of her friends is damned for all time, which is a party foul, so they had to move. The Arrested Development of the Centaurs is like my favorite fluff thing I've put in this campaign.
Somebody's gonna have to soul bond to Nessa just so that we can take her with us.
I nominate Chandras.
I was gonna say Chandras. Yeah.
That's an incredible pairing.
What's the other one? The other one that's on the boat. That's the
Full
head of like the group of dudes we
Quinn.
rescued from the ocean.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Quinn.
Quinn, right?
But he hasn't done
Um,
anything to us. No, Chandras deserves.
No, but he'd be a good
Nice.
fit.
No, I mean, you know, Valley girl with Quinn, Valley dude. I mean,
May I cast Sending to Bullbug real quick?
Sure.
Hey babe. Quick question. Could you just do a real quick Q&A on the ship to see if anyone would be interested in soul bonding with a centaur? I think that's less than 25.
yeah, that's less than 25.
Hey babe. Quick question. I think I can get a couple more words in, so I'm gonna just say she's cute.
She's smart.
What Bullbug's gonna say? This is gonna be hilarious.
It's not even smiling.
Lorius might be into it, so you know what I mean. Like if he volunteers.
Hey, GamerBot. Hello. Welcome. They just finished Q&A death round. I seriously thought that I picked some tricky questions like with the Golden Heart, and I'm like, I'm gonna make these fuckers hesitate with some of these because I didn't want to get like really like you're screwed level questions, but I wanted to get ones that you guys had to genuinely like go into your mind palace about the campaign. So some of them I meant to be really tricky, and then like when I did the Golden Heart one and Regis like knocked it out, I'm like,
Are you sure?
I don't even think that I explicitly said that in the campaign. It was just like a question that you sort of had to reverse engineer how the question was written, and he just threw it out without hesitation. I'm like, oh no.
I mean, for what it's worth, you stumped me.
All right, well,
You insert the Geigen so damn fast. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah,
how
that's
much?
right.
I know
I
that
knew.
story, okay? I know all the detail. Also, I made a whole decision to heal that Geigen from dying because of
Right.
it. So
Yep.
it was like a
true,
whole
that's
thing.
fair.
Go check out the wiki sometime, and you'll see all the stuff that I put in there. It's now permanently taken up residence inside my brain.
Yeah.
Updating the wiki.
That's phenomenal. So what was I gonna say? GamerBot, they had to answer the questions of the Sphinx, and it was basically a trivia game about the campaign so far. And if they got one question wrong, then I was going to kill them, and that's not a bluff. If you guys had been defeated, then one of the gods would have worked a miracle to save you, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, and I think we know which god, and I think I would have come at you swinging.
So that's what I meant when I said I wasn't bluffing.
Hey, you wouldn't even tell me how to fix it? Rude.
I genuinely cannot. And please clip this and come back in 26 episodes, okay? Because I racked my brain to see how to answer that question. You'll get why.
As I said it, I went, I should have asked what Kyra couldn't tell me. And then you were like, well, I'm not allowed to talk about it. And I was like, well.
She can't. I can't. No one can violate the oath of peace, even if they know it in detail. They physically can't.
Honestly.
Bullbug
Oh
sends
my
you
god,
back.
Sign that
Jenny.
damn
my God.
non-disclosure.
I know the
Goodness.
NDA. I love
Bullbug.
how like it's already been clipped.
Bullbug sends back. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, I'll have to ask what soul bonding is, though. But sure, I'll ask around.
Because I can do it an unlimited amount of times, I just have to write it in my book.
Oh, you can.
I will.
What ability is
Yeah.
that? Is that the
It's called
epic?
Far Scribe. It's called Far Scribe, and basically, I can have 4 names in my pact tome, and
wow.
it's one of my Eldritch invocations. So I can have
Holy
4
shit.
names in my pact tome, and I can cast Sending without using a spell slot or any sort of limit. I just have to write it in my book.
Incredible.
So it's like a cell phone that only has like 3.
Yeah,
Program
yeah. I've got
numbers.
4 numbers and unlimited text.
Holy shit.
You can do
So I
international
think
calling.
right now I think it's Bullbug, Kiki, Chandris, and I want to say Krarin.
Nessa. No, Nessa.
Nessa. That's right. I replaced Krarin with Nessa. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tammy.
All right. So what are you gonna send him again?
I'll send it back to him and I'll say, I think it's just kind of like being married. She seems really cool with it just being casual. Just none of us are comfortable. Maybe start with Glorious.
You didn't explain the importance of it. She's asked somebody who wants to get soul bonded, right?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's what soul bonding is.
Super
it's like getting
casual.
married. Yeah, it's like an open marriage.
There you go.
Bull for bull. All about open marriages.
Just open relationship city.
Oh boy.
I wonder what Cray will have to talk to Seema about.
Seema. Hey, Seema. So I got married.
But it's like super open. It's
like,
really
it's
I
not
love
romantic.
you. Yeah. I just got married.
Yeah, she's not gonna like that.
He sends back, and he sends back. Loria said yes, and then I explained what soul bonding is. He's still in. Clotho's interested.
She gets the surfer dude centaur.
Melanthios has questions. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good. We just like these centaurs, and they can't leave unless they soul bond.
I love how this is just text messaging back and forth, but like
Yeah. Dot dot
You know-
dot 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 dot. dot,
You
dot.
see the dots as the words are being written.
Y'all are like off having a full conversation. I'm just over in my corner, like writing notes to my boyfriend.
by the way, I'd like to while this is happening, I'd like to pull Euphemian and Kiki aside, seeing that Callista's busy. Hopefully while there's a party going on and Chandris is off on his own, and kind of give them a little bit about what I noticed in the with
The tower.
Chandris. Yeah, in
Mhm.
the tower. And
Did you just call it Tot Tower?
No, but it came out that way. We'll call it now the Tot Tower. So I just wanted to let them know on how, looking at how Chandris had reacted to the information that he was given by the Sphinx or the Lotus Witch, that so I think that he like, I mean, who doesn't know that Lutheria is like cruel and malicious? But I don't think he's ever really known on how wretched she truly was. So when the Sphinx was saying like how malicious she's been, I think it jarred him, honestly. And I don't know how careful we have to be because when the Sphinx answered my question about how much Lutheria would love to see us suffer, he kind of looked around at us. So, as much as I'm trying to warm up to him, okay, really trying, even though
We should watch our
Lutheria,
backs.
but I think we should watch our backs just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing makes you go crazy than to find out your love interest is fucking crazy.
You
I'm sure.
sound like you
From what I've
speak
heard.
from.
From
Okay,
what I've
I'm
heard.
just saying. It just sounds like But I'm just, I don't know. I'm sorry, Femian. I don't think I can ever trust anything Lutheria based, and I'm trying really hard to be inclusive and trying to get him part of our party, but I hate Lutheria with an absolute and complete passion.
I think everybody knows that, yeah.
It's hardly a surprise. I don't know. We'll try to keep Chandra, to keep tabs on him. More than anything, I'm just ready for a long night's sleep. I'm
Yeah.
still absolutely bagged.
I mean, at least you can move a little bit more than just 15 feet. Dancing, like, takes a lot.
Yeah, why are we partying when we're already so tired?
Speak for yourself.
Shut up.
Callista, you're gonna get a message that says,
It's like the Superman awkward dancing.
this message goes, did you want a soul bond? I can do it if you want. If it would help. You all agreed to bond already, right?
Who? What? What?
Callista
No.
explains to him as we're trying to bond with people as much as possible to get them on the ship. So Bulbug's like, well, naturally that means you four have all married somebody, right?
No. At least for me, I'm kind of at max capacity here. Period. Just seeing if anyone would be down. We can do intros tomorrow.
Oh god, roll for bull turning into the dating game. Or
Me
like
today's
gonna be
90-second fiance. It's a new series.
The roll for bull version, 90-second fiance.
On Scorpion Island. Tonight on Scorpion Love Island.
He sends you back. Oh, okay. Okay, well, if you want me to bond with one of them, I can. Never been with a centaur before.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Sorry. And that's just the end of the spell.
Okay. No apology needed, but no bonding, comma, you're mine, period.
Well, he gets to respond, right? Because you're sending a spell, right?
Yep.
Yep.
He goes,
He's always going to get the last word.
yep, yes, he is. That's how the spell works.
I'm in a pickle, you guys.
And he goes, oh, I'm yours. And you're Kyra's? Or is Kyra's yours too? That's a hell of a chain of command. Good night.
I'm not going to respond to that.
You just see Callista sitting there chuckling.
I get...
Get
Y'all
her
just
bowl.
watch me get bright red.
Yep. Yep.
I match my hair.
Somebody
That's
turn down
phenomenal.
Callista. It's too bright in here now.
I think what was it? Where's my notes? Oh yeah. Um I think at this point, let me roll a die here.
Uh-oh.
Prarin,
Uh-oh.
you're gonna hear this voice that just goes, "This whole festival is so dumb." If you look over, you'll see a centaur with long hair covering a lot of his face, just sort of looking at you and looking out at the rest of the party,
Napoleon Dynamite.
keeping to him, sort of like withdrawn, sort of sullen.
Oh,
He goes,
Craig, an admirer.
"So, what do you think of this island?"
It has its adventures. Bro, you want to work out?
No.
Okay,
You can go work out
well,
with Fallen if you want.
I
I don't
mean,
waste my time with that.
okay. You want to chill and hang out and talk?
I guess.
Okay. Let's let me just tell yo, Euphemian, I'm gonna go chill and like hang out and talk to a centaur.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go hang out.
Don't get killed, okay?
Uh, I'm apparently unbreakable. We'll see.
Be careful. I might turn into a scorpion. You never know what'll happen then.
Eh.
Come over. Let's go look at, you guys. There's a hill over here I want to show you. He like walks off, just goes up. So basically, Nessa, was it Nessa the centaur is going to explain to you, she goes, she's going to come up to us and go, okay, well, oh, it seems that Krarin is with Vangelis. Okay. Well, that's nice. I mean, I thought that Krarin was going to be over here, but okay. As long as he found love. Love is love. And she goes, basically, you're welcome to party here, have some drinks, spend some time with us, enjoy, maybe soul bond. And if you wanted, you could, we're going to have some competition soon, some sort of test just to prove ourselves, have some fun if you want to be a part of those. If that's what you like, there's a drinking contest, which is really good, and I'm really good at that. And there's a wrestling contest, which is might be a little tricky because of how many limbs you have. And then there's storytelling. Then there's stargazing, but Vangelis is already getting a start on that, so he probably has it on lock. But if you want to do any of those, you can do that, or you can just party with us, or maybe you and I could run away together. And when she says that last one, she's not even looking at one of you specifically. Literally just
invite.
like doing like an open invite, yeah.
I'm gonna take both of her hands like together. You know what I mean? Because I have to like reach up, and I'm gonna be like,
Oh, you're very beautiful.
"Oh, thank you. You too. I have
That's
some
true.
friends to introduce you to tomorrow.
Oh, are they sweet? Do they want to get to stay here for a while, or what do they want to do?
They are sweet,
Oh,
and
okay.
they might be interested in learning more about soul bonding. I can't promise anything,
Oh, yay!
but I told them you were cute.
Yeah.
Would you come with us?
Well, I can't leave the island unless I'm soul bonded. But if I
No, but
bonded
I mean,
with
like,
somebody,
if you soul bonded with someone on our ship, would you come with us?
well, you're pretty sure. I love that. But like, it has to be
Okay.
like a for life thing, and we have to be like compatible and all of that. It can't
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
just
So,
anybody.
okay. So tomorrow, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of my friends, and you can decide if you're into it.
That sounds fun. um,
Something to look forward to.
I think at one point, Fallen comes over and goes, "Hey, glad you guys see you guys are still alive. That's good. Like, good job on that." He'll fist bump you. Are you
He's
gonna
not
fist bump
there.
him? Yeah. Are you gonna fist bump him, Callie, or any of you?
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll fist bump
Okay.
him.
I'll fist bump you.
Whatever.
Because you have to do the fireball or it doesn't count.
The Femian's really
because-
good at fireball.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
I'm going to cast. What do I have actually as my? Let me make sure I actually have the spell prepared because.
Not actually fireball. Oh my god.
You get silly now.
I'm just going to when I bring it back, I'm going to cast Create Bonfire beside us.
Oh shit. Okay. You guys create bonfire, and he looks at it. He goes, "Dude, nice,
Whoa.
Epic.
Yeah.
Am I right?
nice. It is. It is epic."
Totally.
So, sorry that the little one died.
The little one? Callista's
Yeah.
right here.
No, the other one, the like the one that actually had muscles. No offense, but like the strong one.
Okay, Kiki, kick his ass.
What? No.
She's little with muscles.
Oh no, she's big with muscles. She's fucking swole.
No, the other one, Krarin, has just gone off as Vangelis.
Oh. Okay.
Total
Sorry.
Do we need
buzzkill,
to-
right?
Do we need to be worried? Do we need to be worried
Yeah,
about
is
Cray?
he gonna?
No, he's not bad. He's just a downer
Hmm.
and just
He and Cray might get along well then.
I'll get, yeah, that's thinking the same.
over on the hill. I think that at this point, Evangelist has explained that stargazing is like a legit activity. It's not just like, sitting there staring, but like actually like telling stories, identifying them. It's like it's a whole art form to it in Centauri culture. So he's like pointing stuff out like to Craven, and he just like goes, "Do you ever notice how like everybody sucks?"
Yeah. But
Dude.
I'm telling you, once you find your people, man, fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna find my people. I don't think I have anybody that gets. What was that?
Listen. There are some things that you can do that can help you find your people. Sometimes they just find you.
Ray is sounding drunk.
I guess.
Because, yeah, I only wanted to like work out and like,
They threw
You
some herbs in the
know.
fire. It's wafting about.
yeah, we're like covered in this like smoke
Yeah.
all over
Yeah.
the place. It keeps away the mosquitoes, okay? The Thalian mosquitoes. But I'll be like, yeah, but it was just survival mode back then. And when you find your people, it's and they're like actually true friends, it's different. You just gotta open up, and that's one thing that's hard for me. So it takes some time. Oh, I know that constellation.
Mhm.
How far would Cray and Vangelis be from the rest of us?
Not too far. They'd be far enough that like they're not able to hear the party that much, but that they can see it.
Okay.
To give you guys some context that you guys would have had, stargazing is actually one of the contests and stuff because it is like a whole thing of it's like a history check, it's a knowledge check, it's recognizing science and also like the art form of knowing the stories behind them and stuff like that. Like there's a whole craft behind it. So he did not take Cray to make up point. He took Cray to the hill that is ideal for stargazing, which I know sounds very similar, but that is what he did. So he would be near enough by.
Where he could then show off his exceptional skills at
The one thing that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've
had a goth
Shawnee?
centaur on my list for 3 weeks now. Where's Chandris? I think Chandris is just... Chandris is just drinking by himself, which is unusual because this man could be waist deep in centaur ass right now and is not doing so because he has some thinking to do. So that is he is passing up on a party for once is where he is.
Lutheria wouldn't be very happy about that.
You can tell him that.
Could I go speak with Chandris?
Sure.
I'll hand you another bottle of Lutheria's wine to offer him.
All right. Thank you. I'll see if we can split this. So...
I was going to say, do you need me to open it for you?
There's a corkage fee.
You not going to take your chance to any of them? He sort of gestures out to the centaurs.
It's been kind of a day.
Yeah.
I'll present the bottle.
He takes it and slowly corks it, and just I guess we'll say their cups here for the party, and he's just gonna like pour slowly for both of you a small amount. Like he does want to get shit faced, but he's not gonna be sloppy with the theory of wine. He was gonna you savor that no matter what. So he's just like pouring a small amount for both of you. So you are a problem to the universe. Congratulations. And Lutheria won't ever truly be happy unless she's hurting somebody.
You know, I've been called that before, but to be honest, I'd never actually believed it.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you've been called worse.
Oh, almost certainly. Strange to find out, though, that you're not supposed to exist.
Yeah. Probably feel lost right now. The world has... I don't think that the world has a purpose for everybody, but it's... For a while, it can feel easy to pick one out and chase it. It's a lot harder to do that. It must be a lot harder to do that with what you know now.
But I suppose we can't unring that bell.
You had to know I was going to ask how to win Lutheria's affection.
I suspected as much. If not that exactly, then at least something similar. Has it changed things for you?
look at these centaurs right now. And you see them like partying, genuinely just like frat, sorority, college, shit face vibes going on with these centaurs. And he goes, they're idiots. They're happy, very horny idiots. But they are a fraction of what they would have been if this whole place hadn't been disrupted. And he looks you dead in the eyes and goes, by others. He says, to me, I think it's hard to deny that Lutheria's anger is justified. And no small part of me has been interested in seeing that exposed one way or another. The Lotus Witch isn't an expert of the future, but she has seen a lot. And if she says that Lutheria won't be satisfied even after that, then that's different than who I saw her for. And that's I think she got rid of me because I disappointed her. But I wonder if she enjoyed telling me that. Well, I've poured my heart out to you, so I think fair is fair. I think the Sphinx would say that we both get a question, so it's my turn.
All right.
Sphinx is a pretentious ass who should have given Callista another question, by the way. But she did tell you that the suffering of you four would make Lutheria interested in a truce. And you have to know right now that we can meet both of our goals if you let me turn the four of you into her. You guys would get your peace. I would get her favor, I think. So, there's a tomorrow where everybody wins. That thought occurred to you?
Don't think it hasn't. Sidon would still be a problem, however. It would only be half a victory. He had presented us with the option of signing the truce if it came to his eternal fealty to him, I believe, if I'm remembering that correctly. But half a truce is not a truce. Half an oath is no good to anybody. And I can't help but feel that, at least in my case in particular, I'm not even supposed to be here. How much would it give to be rid of me once and for all?
You may pay well for that. Guess you got to figure out what you're worth. And I got to figure that out for myself, too. I can't help but notice you didn't offer to share any of the spells you got from her.
Barely had any time. Is there anything that you would be interested in?
Well, I didn't get a chance to read them. I just know what a spell scroll looks like.
I'll rattle off what's there.
Let me see his list, what he already has. And say, oh, darkness. Definitely. Darkness.
I'll hand it to him.
How did you become whatever you are?
I suppose that's a loaded question. But I think it has to do with an awful lot of misery.
Oh, we're not here to have misery. We're here to experience joy. And we, and he holds up the cup and says, we have both learned a lot of awful things today. So what do we say for we take a drink, forget them for a little while, and ditch this party? Allie is correct.
He is propositioning?
Yes, he wants to basically go out and basically, for lack of a delicate phrase, fuck away the pain from what you two have learned tonight.
You know, if you'd come to me about a month earlier, I would probably be down for that.
Euphemian or Cleon or whatever, can I be honest with you? You make truly terrible decisions.
You've never had a Triton.
Nice.
Can I
know when I've lost an
perception check
argument.
to see if I can tell when this conversation is coming to its end from a distance so I don't interrupt?
You're gonna see right now that Chalmers is gonna just like tilt his head and raise his glass like you made a good point. Like I know when I'm bested.
All right. I want to grab Kiki's hand and like drag her over and then just kind of like, I'm assuming you guys are like sitting on the ground or something.
Mm-hmm.
If so, I'm just gonna kind of like flop onto both of you and be like, you guys are boring. Let's party.
The Chandris and Euphemian?
Yeah, and Euphemian.
Yeah.
And I'm just dragging Kiki over with me.
He goes, right, yes. Let's party. Euphemian, no
I'm
more
going
boring
to,
philosophical debates.
I'm going to dig out the mushrooms from my bag.
What mushrooms? I forgot about this.
We got
From the
them
Mossy Temple!
at the Mossy Temple.
Holy shit! Okay,
Like
what do these do?
early sessions.
I 30,000% do not remember these at all. I need you to give me, if they have any effect or any context, I need you to give them to me. I don't remember that.
They were the mushrooms that the kids were getting high on in the Mossy Temple.
Oh my gosh, those mushrooms, the ones that like sort of delirium and make you forget and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, just feel good.
Oh my god, who are you giving these to?
I'm just going to offer them up.
Like, are you talking like to the centaurs and the group, or
Just
like...
the group.
Okay.
Just the group who's here.
Chandris is going to take one immediately, not even going to clarify what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, life go.
All right, let's polish them off.
Fucking Craig back after like philosophical
How-
like discussion with
If crazy.
Hold on,
No, go for it.
yeah, I can just imagine Craig comes back from it and all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
If Cray's within 120 feet, I'm going to attempt to shoot off message in his direction.
I don't know how far away.
And I'm just going to say, I'm just going to send it, and it either lands or it doesn't. But I'm just going to say, Euphemian's handing out mushrooms. Want to come take them?
Does it hit?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not denying. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'll go turn over to, what's his name again? Evangelise. And
Evangelisa.
I'll be like, oh, dude, they're having some food. Let's go head down.
I guess.
Yep.
And he trots behind you at a disdainful distance, and that is where we'll take our 15-minute break.
Just some food.
Weird
Wow.
dried out mushrooms. Not much of a meal.
What a silly session. And And I also want to say before we go on break, I genuinely felt bad when Chandra's propositioned Euphemian because I know that like he was gonna say no and that Allie would have wanted that and Cray may have been vaguely curious and I'm like, I gotta offer this bachelor rose to the one person who's gonna turn it down. But it was legitimately where the story was going.
It's so
Oh,
good though.
it is.
If
All
you
right, let's
just
see.
asked me a month ago, oh my god,
Yeah,
so
that was
true.
so good.
So true.
Oh.
Yeah. I was nomming that up.
Mm-hmm.
That
I'm
was
obsessed
awesome.
with you.
Love
Chandra's
it.
just kind of like Chandra's like, you know what? Part of me's still gonna betray you, and I might betray you into eternal painful servitude. But right now, I kind of need you to completely fuck away all the memories I have of today. That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's just, and that's a fair request.
Oh,
I will see you guys in 15 minutes.
we're just hitting that with pharmaceuticals instead.
Oh, we're losing our monetization. Bye.
Bye.
And yeah, that is y'all got high, and
Cause we got
that
high. Cause we got
yeah.
high. Cause we got
Because
high.
we got high.
I was like, I'm gonna let this.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I was like, I'm gonna let this one be a little fun for a little while, and then you guys leaned the fuck in.
Yes,
I kept
and
waiting. I kept waiting for the scorpion transformation to happen.
I was thinking it
Ray.
too. I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen to Cray, and he's off by himself while everybody's high, and
Yeah.
like double or like I guess single exhaustion. It's
Yeah,
like,
this is
oh,
another Euphemian in the inn with the hag
Yeah.
situation.
yeah.
No, it's been a while since you guys have had a nice thing, and I have fuckery planned, so I figured I'd just let this evening be nice.
Oh,
I do have fuckery planned, but like,
can't wait for Chandras to betray us.
you may
Curse
not.
your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Who could have seen this coming?
Not Chandra's at
Harkus
all.
the squirrel raises his hand. So you guys are at this party. There are a number of centaur around you, and you guys have been enjoying the mushrooms. Are you guys still with the centaur party, or have you parted separately?
I'm assuming we probably wouldn't really have strength to get up on our legs. I don't know what these mushrooms do. Ben, you would have to educate us from the mushrooms in this realm.
These mushrooms. How do I translate a fantasy drug that I know almost nothing about? These mushrooms genuinely wash away your ability to hold on to any negative thoughts. And I mean that in like a cleansing way and also like a corrosive way. Like you might, like Callie as a frame of reference, you might remember that Kyra is really pretty and that you like kissing her, and you will forget her entire backstory and who she is and everything else besides that. And it's might be a fun escape for a little while, but you could see how that sustained over time made the kids that you saw down in the temple, because you literally lose all concept of reality. If life were a song, you would only be able to hear every fifth or sixth note, basically.
Oh dear.
Because you'd only right now it's only going to last like a couple hours, but sustained over time, you lose the ability to basically mentally process anything that isn't just pleasant. But for right now, in a controlled dose, it could be a way to forget your woes for an evening. Very literally.
We only have the one dose, so.
I'm tempted to make a save roll against finding out you did something while you were on mushrooms, but I'm not going to go that way. I'm not going to go that. No. I'm not going to go that way.
Especially Cray, because like Cray doesn't have anything pleasant. I mean, come on now. He'd just be like, "Well, this doesn't work."
I think Cray just smells like sizzling bacon, and like Cray smells like sizzling bacon in that giant bed you guys all slept in the palace, and that's like it.
And he just goes around telling everybody that he really loves them.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he wouldn't do that. He'll only do that to you guys, and he'll be like, "Don't tell anybody."
No, Cray's happy right now. Cray is very happy right now. He loves everybody.
Mm.
Talking to Kiki, just like, shh, don't tell Kiki.
Man, Kiki, I fucking love her, man. She's so strong. Don't fucking tell her, man.
I want each of you to roll a 1d20.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yes! Is this gonna turn into one of us had sex with Chandras?
Oh my god.
No oblivious sex. That's off the table.
18.
Fair enough.
10.
12.
Allie got a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Well,
I'm sure it's a good thing. It's like golf.
It's not a 4, it was a 3.
The purpose of golf is to play the least amount of golf possible.
Euphemian, when the night comes back to you, basically the high wears off, and like in the middle of the night when everyone's basically fallen asleep and coupled up, you sort of wake up and like your mind feels sort of refreshed, and like you, really got a reprieve from all the horrible thoughts in your head. I'll just give you the benefit of a long rest, for this, and you can just recover 1 exhaustion for the evening and things like that. Cray and Kiki, I think you two just are eventually just sort of fade to sleep and are just gone for the night.
It's like a bad drunk. It's like,
Yeah.
just, nope, done.
Pass out. I think you two be found like passed out in like weird places, in like sort of like like
Crazy
Kiki
in
like
a tree.
Cray's in a tree.
Kiki's hugging the tree.
Yeah,
Cuddling
you know
the
what?
tree.
I accept that.
I love you.
In the morning, Callista, you get woken up. This voice going, "Wake up, sleepyhead. Wake up, sleepy.
Hi.
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 Oh my gosh, you slept for so long. You are so cute when you're sleeping." And you see this centaur with this really bright golden hair looking down on you that you haven't seen before. And she goes, "So are you feeling rested?"
Yeah, what's up?
"Oh, well, we just, before we get started, we got to make sure. Oh, you got all those bags under your eyes. I mean, no offense. Because,
No,
I know that you're not ugly on the inside, and we got to make this look right. So we're going to get this really, so let's just go get this taken care of. And then we're going to go and do, and we're going to get started. How's that sound?"
what are we doing?
Oh, you are so cute when you pretend like you don't know. Come on, here, I'll help you.
What?
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 Huh?
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, let's
And
go get bonded.
Do I get the benefit of a long rest though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you were implying that I was still exhausted.
No, you still get the long rest.
But I have agreed to soul bond with someone.
Yeah, and she's like, "Well, you agreed to bond, and we had a really, really long talk. We have lots of things in common. We both like the color yellow, and also we both think that we're really pretty, and also we don't want me to become a scorpion, and also we both worship Kyra. Those weren't the words you used, but okay. And I just thought it was really sweet. So I thought you and I were going to go pick some cool flowers. We're going to make some cool bands and maybe get all done up nice. Maybe if someone does prestidigitation, we can get like maybe some perfumes or something. And I thought we would get something. Maybe I thought the theme for our soul bonding could be pink, or what do you think? I mean,
Well,
we're totally equals.
I have prestidigitation, so I can take care of
yay!
that.
Okay, can you make me smell like cucumbers?
Yeah.
I need that as a clip.
Yeah, I can do that. What is it? Is verbal and somatic? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll make her smell like cucumbers.
She sort of like walks through the prestidigitation, sort of trots through it.
So you're gonna think I'm so silly, but
Okay.
yeah. Okay. I don't remember your name.
What?
I don't remember your name.
We're supposed to be so bonded.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a problem. Because I thought we were in love, and I thought that we had formed a bond that, would make us last and go the distance, and that we were gonna have a totes amazing wedding.
Did
Or soul
I
bond.
not tell you that I have a boyfriend and a girlfriend?
Oh, I thought you were joking.
Oh no, I definitely already have a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Not that I like have a problem with another
Okay,
one.
so you're poly.
Yeah, I am, but I
Okay,
also
cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well let's
I
start all over again. My name's Sibylia Malaku. She holds out her hand.
Nice to meet you. I'm Callista, although I would hope I told you that already.
Uh-huh. So this is Ox, but do you not want to get soul bonded?
See, here's the thing.
Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. This is
I'm
so
really
embarrassing.
sorry. So I was like really high last night.
No, it's fine. It's just fine. I just told myself that Sibylia, I told myself, because that's my name. I told myself, Sibylia, I wasn't going to get engaged to be soul bonded with someone who didn't even remember it happening again. I wasn't going to let that happen again. And I promised myself, and here we are.
No, Kiwi.
It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. I'll be a cute scorpion. It's fine.
So
No, it's okay. It's fine. If you don't care about me, that's fine.
No,
Just say you don't care about me. It's okay.
I do care about you, and I wasn't lying. I don't want you to get turned into a scorpion.
You're just saying that.
Why would I just say that?
So, do you want to get bonded?
See, here's the thing though. Like, I don't know anything about you. Except for that your favorite color is yellow, and we both don't want you to get turned into a scorpion.
Well, that was enough for you last night. And she trots off.
Oh no.
This is the first breakup Callista's felt bad about. The context, you guys. This is the first time she's felt bad about this.
Can someone, whether it's Reed or Fatima, there was a moment I was trying to keep a straight face, but there's a moment where Tammy stifles a laugh, and it's honest to God the cutest thing I've seen on this stream, and I need someone to record it. I had a note on which centaurs I wanted to introduce, and Sibylia was the last one. And so once you guys started doing this, I just figured this would be a fun way to bring her in.
Yeah, golden hair would work for Callista. So that's
I have been struggling to try and figure out how to define hers differently and find a different voice for her from Nessa, which is my own limitation. But I'm excited with what I landed on. But yeah, Euphemian and the others, I suppose, would see Sibylia sort of angrily trotting. Is it a canter or a trotter? Angrily trotting away from Callista and going. And she sort of stops and looks at all of you and goes, "So you're the heroes of Thylia, hmm?"
So they tell us.
Well, then I don't know who they are or why they said it. And she trots off.
What is going on? Kiki, why are you hugging a tree? Why am I in a tree? Oh well, take the opportunity. And I get
Where's
Amateurs.
Shondi?
to just start doing like
Yeah.
like chin-ups.
Where's Shondi?
Chandris, I think he rallied and found his strength and is passed out under two lady centaurs right now.
Oh.
I think he somehow found it within himself
Right.
to
Excellent.
to
Be
pull
happy.
through and pull
I'm
out.
proud of
Yeah.
him.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Eventually, I will wander over and I will say, "You guys, that was so embarrassing."
What a bunch of
Uh,
amateurs.
I mean, look, okay, I normally just party with wine. I have never had anything like that before.
You want to do it again?
No.
I mean, I'm fresh out anyway, but
I can't afford to get engaged again, you guys. It's hard. It's hard to break it off.
You don't even remember her name. I don't know her
No.
name.
she seemed nice.
Yeah.
You
And
told me
listen,
what her name was like Cecilia.
Oh my god, did you really forget her name? Did Allie really forget her
Allie
name?
forgot her name, yeah.
Oh, I'm not telling you that.
Cecilia!
No, I
Oh.
remembered it. Sibilia. I remembered it. I got there.
listen,
Oh, that is
pal.
shameful.
Listen, pal. You've already, you told us all about how you might have some people on the ship who might be interested. So, maybe Sibylla might find, I don't know,
Someone.
Quinn attractive.
See, but like she seemed like she really wanted like genuine love and connection. And honestly, my default setting is whatever you want me to be. So I don't even know how much of what I told her last night was true. I mean, we could try to introduce her. I mean, like she seems like the kind of person who might get along with like Glorious, or I mean, I don't know enough about the other two who volunteered, but
Well, only one way to find out. We should go
yeah,
down to the ship and see.
yeah, let's go take some centaurs on a field trip.
I knew a girl named Sibilia once. I got up to wash my face, and when I got back, someone had taken my place.
Oh.
I don't know this song or reference, but I hate you for it. I just know the cadence enough to know that I hate you for this.
That one is for Tammy's mom.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Love it. Oh,
So, are you guys
Sibylla.
leading the centaurs to the ship?
At least
There's Nessa, Folan,
Nessa.
Vangelis, and
Thank
Sibylla.
you.
So Nessa?
I have my notes at home. At least Nessa.
Okay, I need to know the rest of the group. Who are you guys bringing? Because obviously that's a fucking cast list I gotta keep track of.
But they're not just going to take us and follow us to the ship to see us goodbye?
That's fine if
With
you want to
the
do that, but I
promise-
just need to confirm.
With the promise
Yeah.
of possibly a soul bonding?
I mean, we don't want the whole tribe.
No,
but I
see, yeah,
mean,
then we
like-
have
No, there's only
awkwardness of,
so
like,
many
Yeah.
people on the ship.
That's what I need to know. I need to know what the limits are you guys are doing here. I can roll with whatever it is, but I just need something to start with.
Nessa,
Maybe the
Folan,
main
and
players.
Vangelis?
Yeah,
Alright.
Sibyllia's kind of mad right now.
Yeah, I don't think she'd follow us.
yeah.
Mm. All right. So,
I think
you guys,
I think Allie's like super broken up about the breakup right now, honestly.
you've
Yeah,
been
I
dumped.
feel really bad, and it's very challenging to not project this.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like that one night stand that you have that you're like, who are you? Was it good?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
refused
bye.
to have you. My mind, I was like, okay, I refuse to have you guys sleep with people whenever you're on something. But then I was like, but I can make them say shit. And then I was like,
I can do worse. I can
I
do
can-
worse.
I can do
Yeah.
worse. So yeah, you lead those three back and a bunch of the centaurs. And when you go to meet. By the way, did you take down the time, Jen? Because it's another day off.
Shoot, no, I did not.
Yee.
Woo, 25 days, y'all. Close enough.
Hey Ben, would you allow the conversation with the Sphinx to count as an epic verse level
Oh yeah,
event?
easily.
All right, tight.
So you guys make your way back to the ship. It's docked, and yeah, I don't want to do scorpion fights on this island. I feel there's so much other stuff that's more interesting right now. Scorpions are CR3, and I'm just supposed to throw like 5 of them at you to even it out. I'm like, no.
Fireball done.
You right? I'm like,
Get
nah.
over here.
I can't believe I didn't think of that joke. So you guys get there. The boat rolls up the I guess what is the plank? The walking. Well, I don't know about terms.
Gangplank.
The gangplank.
I would have had
The
Bulbug.
walkie wood.
There.
What?
I would have had Bulbug give those 3 a heads up that we were coming with centaurs.
Oh yeah. So when the gangplank comes out, Lorius just immediately trots and goes, "Hello, friends." He goes, "Hi. I understand that there is a soul bonding that is to be done." And Nessa goes, "Oh, hi, that's me." And he goes, "Wonderful. Come here, my dear. Come here."
Are you sure, Lorius? You know what soul bonding is, right?
The dedication of love and loyalty to other people and a promise to be invested in their lives.
Forever. To
Well,
one person.
Nessa, sweetheart, would you stay here for one moment? And she goes, "Yeah, of course, honey." And he just and he looks over at Krarin and he walks through Krarin and he goes, "So between you and me, I trust your judgment. I don't think that you would lead me wrong. You and I have been mindful of each other.
Close.
So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so do you think that Nessa would be someone that would be safe and joyful to be around?
Absolutely. But I mean, like, you've always been a
Then we're gonna figure the rest out."
carefree. Okay. It's your life. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She did say she was okay with me having other relationships, so.
He goes, fair point. I don't want to break the poor girl's heart. Nessa, my love. And she goes, "Yes, dear." And he walks over and goes,
So fast.
goes, "You understand that I'm going to have many loves and many lovers, right?" And she goes, "Well, yeah. Love is to share. That's what love is." And he goes, "Nessa." And he just like walks over to her.
The best. Oh my God. Yes.
He walks over, just like gives her this big hug, and she holds him. And she goes, "So you want to get soul bonded?" He goes, "I was taking forever for you to ask."
Oh.
Y'all, I finally earned that bow of cupidity.
And he goes, "We're going to be on the ship. We have to figure out our ceremony." And she goes, "Thank you all so much." And she looks at each of you and goes, "I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I think that we're going to still be friends." And
Best
she again,
friends.
"Oh, good." And she turns his like heads up, getting the easiest epilogue of the entire goddamn campaign.
And they lived happily ever after.
And
I mean, honestly.
curtain call.
So what was I gonna say? And Folan comes up and he's let's do this one at a time. Folan will come up and just be like, "All right, my dudes, what's the game plan? What's this? Is this what you're doing?"
Yeah, that's cool. It's like the equivalent
Satyr
of,
horns.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Lorius, before you go off, who else has come onto the boat?
What do you mean?
It was Melanthios and
Oh, I believe Melanthios and Clotho. Melanthios had some questions. He seemed curious, and Clotho said that centaurs sound. Well, she had a description for centaurs that I think is a little vulgar right now. And Nessa goes, "Yeah, it's probably true." And he goes, "But we can bring them out if you'd like to." He goes, and he sort of signals, and yeah, you see, I guess you see Melanthios and Clotho at the side of the ship. You see Bulbug standing at the side of the ship to holding a couple of flowers that he clearly plucked from the island and then came back here.
Clotho,
And
this is
Folan.
crap.
it's a hell of a
Folan,
choice to make, isn't it?
Mhm.
Folan and Vangelis, right?
And she goes,
Angelis?
Vangelis, sorry,
goes-
Angelis?
Vangelis. And she
Vangelis,
goes,
sorry.
he goes, oh, it's a pleasure to meet both of you. And Fallen goes, right on, right on. Fist bump her, and she goes,
Like the floppiest hand
yeah.
ever.
And she's sort of like eyeing Fallen up and down. And Vangelis goes, hey. Clotho goes, hi. She goes, so, Fallen, what do you do? He goes, the usual. Workout, leg day, arm day, glutes, things like that. And sometimes push-ups, so those are a little tricky, pull-ups harder. And then, going for a run, weights, and sometimes my delts, things like that. What about you? And Clotho goes, 1 second. Cray?
Yeah.
And
Hi.
hey, listen, I'm sorry that I stole from you before. But if this is like us being even or something, you can let me know.
No, I mean, these centaurs are absolutely good folk. I mean, Evangelis has like a lot of whatever his name is.
Vangelis. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay.
That's not gonna help.
Yeah.
No. He's he's actually very smart. He knows a lot about stargazing and the history of all these constellations, and he's actually a very great way to talk. Fallen just likes to, work out.
Listen, it's not something I'm proud of, but like, I kind of feel like everybody has an angle, and that to get around, you have to like see like what they're saying and then what their angle is, right? Like that's sort of. I feel like you get that, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
So can I be real with you?
Yeah, for sure.
This is Fallen, you said?
Mhm.
That guy has the least angles I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's you kind of see what you get, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't.
Wouldn't that be refreshing for a change?
Would it? I mean, maybe we could talk about it.
I mean, he'd be always real with you.
Okay, but you want to talk edgy.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Angles, edges, Vangeline.
I don't know Vangeline, and I don't know where you're going with this. Can you please clarify?
Well,
Is he
Kratos and
is
Beth.
he edgy?
I mean, he
is he-
seemed pretty edgy.
Has he killed a
Cray
person?
Well, I don't know.
To be fair,
mean-
probably not.
And honestly, that's some things that you can figure out over time. If
Okay,
that's
okay. Let me
what you want.
figure this out. Let me just try. Can you give me a second? And she walks over to Fallen, and she goes, and she's like clearly eyeing him, like Indiana Jones with like the idols. Like she's trying to like eyeing him, and she goes, I stole someone's ship once, and I crashed it, and I was chased down by the guards of the town for that. So I've been wanted for several crimes. And Fallen goes, dude, sick. And Clotho goes, okay, I'm not committing to anything, but let's talk for a minute. And she like leads him up the ship.
I would like to go up to Bulldog and just like take his hand and kind of like pull him down to like kind of whisper to him a little bit.
Oh, hey, I don't know if I was supposed to bond with one of them, but I brought flowers.
Oh,
I was-
so here's the thing. I was not asking you to bond with them, but I know what I said, and like I didn't mean to get possessive. I was just trying to be kind of cute. And I don't want you to feel like you're not allowed to like date around or get soul bonded if any of them appeal to you. I just want you to know that, you know, you're still free to do whatever your
Okay,
heart
yeah,
desires.
that was weird to me because I don't know. So like, are we exclusive but also not,
No.
or are we not exclusive?
No, you can do whatever you want. I just got carried away a little bit.
Okay, this is I don't know how to explain this. This seems like a thing Euphemian would know, and don't call Chandras because it's gonna sound. He thinks I'm bad with words when I know what I'm saying. He says, but like, I kind of want to have the option to be with other people and then not use it. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna grab his hand and just take him down below deck, and that's we're
Oh.
good.
Oh,
We're
okay.
done.
If I need to say, okay.
That was the most romantic shit I've ever heard. That was great.
Angela still looks up and goes, "Oh, gross."
That was not to GamerBot in the chat. That was not fading to black. That was just sudden black.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just pulled the curtain down.
Slam the door.
I'm like, I was like, well, I gently say this, I do this, and Allie's just like, yeah, I'm railing him. Let's go.
It's on.
The whole
I love that there's
crew
not
of the
even any
ship is
time
like,
to put,
oh, for
like,
God's
a-
sake.
Yeah.
I love how like there's not even any time to put like a tie at the end, like
Mhm.
at on the doorknob. It's just like no.
Bye.
Yeah. So Evangelist goes, okay, so everybody's got somebody. Is that supposed to be who I'm supposed to meet with? And Melanthios would come out and say, so you met these centaurs on the island. That's interesting. It's handsome. I don't know if he's my type, but he's handsome. And Evangelist goes, I'm nobody's type. And Melanthius goes, okay. Goes, look, I'm gonna be honest with each of you. I was curious about what was happening here. I don't know that I can bond with one of them. Sorry. I don't think that's in my job description.
We're not asking you to do it as a job, just to be clear.
Okay.
However, there is the fact that these people are going to be will eventually turn into scorpions once they reach a certain age,
Mm-hmm.
without being soul bonded. If you wanted to help with that, this is the opportunity for that. But we're not pressuring you, and we're not saying that you have to do this. We had
How
to
many
give
of
it
you-
a shot.
How many have you bonded with?
I'm already bonded with someone else.
Oh, I'll think about it. He looks at Evangelist and goes, I'll think about it. Very clearly knowing that answer doesn't really make sense in this context because it's like a decide now or not thing. It very don't call us, we'll call you vibes from what he says there. And Evangelist goes, whatever. That leaves you guys here. Oh, Melanthius turns on, yes?
That does give me an idea. These people do have a startling lack of culture. No offense, but
No, man, our culture sucks.
And it seems like, as a result of the whole scorpion thing, there is somewhat of a problem as a result of that. Would it be of any interest to you to stay behind?
Do what? Like, just live with them?
Yeah, educate them.
They don't have any law whatsoever. You're a bard.
He
And
clicks his
believe
fingers
me,
together.
there are some very good-looking women there as well.
Oh,
He
you
stops
could
And
make
clicking his
men.
something
fingers.
like no, you could make something like the Book of Melanthios. Really.
So whatever stories I tell, or to phrase that differently, and he looks at Vangelis and goes, "So you'd be relying on me to tell you the stories of the mainland?" And Vangelis goes, "I guess." And Melanthius goes, "I'm going to see how that plays out." He goes, "I'm going to see how that plays out." Yeah, I think I want to see where that goes. That sounds a lot better than where things were going. Is it all right if I stay here?
By all means, we're not a slaver ship.
Can I talk to you? And he sort of like gestures that he wants to pull Euphemian like way to the side where it's genuinely just Euphemian.
All right.
And he goes, "So you'd really just let me go?"
I think it behooves any of us to chase our own happiness. If
Yeah,
this
but
is
like,
something that you would be interested in, by all means. We could use your help, but we are apparently gaining 2 new hands.
I'll be honest, I thought that you guys, that is not what I thought you guys were going to do. I mean, we didn't meet under the best of circumstances. We kind of fought, and I'm here for the money, and you guys have a job to do. And I mean, I was told you guys were going to just throw me overboard. It's the first time you thought it would help.
I try not to do that. At the very least, I try to make sure that there's somewhere safe to land at the other once they get off the boat.
Oh shit.
And I want to be clear, I'm not throwing you off the boat. I'm not even trying to force you. But I think there's a chance for you to do some legitimate good here for these people. And if it would be something that you would be interested in, by all means, I think that that would be... Your services may do better here than with us.
He was wrong about you. Just I want you to know that.
Well, seems we all make our own fates. This might be your chance to change yours.
Yeah, I think so. He holds out his hand to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand back.
Because I think I'll try this for a little while. Maybe I'll see how things go with Angelus. and I'll send. I'm sure that I'll find a way to send you. Can you send me like a sending scroll or something? Like if I need you.
I think we can arrange something. I know Callista has the ability to cast sending. I don't know if we have the ability to move that over, but we may have to wait for her to be finished whatever she's doing at the moment. As if we don't all hear.
I saw them come by as whoever. Is yeah, if you could arrange that, I'd appreciate it. And the I don't know. I thought you guys were going to get rid of me. I kept thinking you guys were going to get rid of me. I kept thinking you guys were going to replace me or use me as a what do they call it, a meat shield or something for a while. So this is unexpected, and I mean
To that
I mean
end,
that's what yeah.
you did have the opportunity to disembark in Mitros. Why did you stay with us?
Oh, you offered to pay, and the I mean I didn't make a lot of friends, and it seemed like if you guys were yeah, I guess at the time it seemed like you guys were good people, and I wanted to team up with you and see where it would go and see how that would work out. But then lately, you know, I've been talking, and it's sort of been seeming like maybe you guys are just planning to use us. Maybe that's just like a front or something like that. And so it just, I was having doubts. Honestly, I wanted to see what you guys were planning with the whole, with the centaurs and everything. That's kind of why I was curious.
Well, just a word of advice. When it does come to recording their history and their future and any lore that they might have, try not to use anything flammable.
Hey, that's ominous. Listen, can you do me a favor when you get back on the ship?
Absolutely.
Can you tell Esther he's full of shit?
I would be so happy to.
Thanks. I'll keep in touch.
We will.
And we'll say he sets off to make plans. Allie, did you have something you wanted to share with the class, my dear?
Yes.
Fuck Esther, Argalander. Fuck him. Also, if he sticks around close enough that we can communicate when I'm done, or if Euphemian wants to interrupt, that is also acceptable. But I will replace.
Nessa?
Why can't I remember her goddamn name? What is
Nessa?
it? Nessa.
Nessa?
Nessa.
I literally have a character from another game named Nessa. Why can't I remember this? Ben knows her. I'll replace her name with Melanthios.
All
But
right.
only if there's time, and only, you know what I mean? Like, only if it works out.
All right. They will do that. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you get aboard the ship? Anything else you want to address?
I would like to take a look at the star chart that we had gotten.
Yeah, we need to
Okay,
figure out where to go next.
Let me give you. Ironically, for how much I prepared for this session, I didn't actually prepare that list. In my mind, I'm like, oh, it's just a copy paste, and then I'm like, that's not what it looks like to you guys.
Oh.
Let me just. I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna. What was it? I completely forgot. There it is. Let's say I completely forgot. I'm gonna put this in the both of our discords, and I'm gonna pin it so the audience can see it too. If you're watching, be sure to join the Discord. Uh, I'm putting it in the roll for bowl chat first, Discord. It doesn't matter what region it's in for you guys because 3 days is 3 days. But the context here is that the ones that are the Forgotten Sea are by and large more difficult and intense. But this is the complete guide to
Woo!
what goes where.
That's crazy.
Now you know.
Knowing is
Hey,
half
I
the
was
battle.
right. Island of the Dragon was the dragon.
Now that Melanthios is sort of fading out, do you guys want some behind the scenes on what I was talking about there, or you want to find it
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember him coming in to clean up the mess.
Yeah,
At one
Euphemian told Melanthios to go into that room and fuck with Esther, and ever since then, I've been slowly keeping in my mind a countdown of Esther grooming Melanthios to betray the party, and it's been going for a while. In fact, Melanthios had questions. Was him doing recon for Esther, and it was going to keep slow burning that way until Euphemian completely sideswiped me with such an obvious, unmitigated act of consideration that it would throw Melanthios for a loop.
10 out of 10.
I mean, who
I
I
better
genuinely
to...
was like, who is he? Who is he talking about? I just forgot about Esther completely, which is why I reacted so dramatically.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like, wait a minute, the guy I hate.
Ever since you had Melanthios go into the room with Esther, I've been doing a slow burn countdown to him betraying you guys.
Yeah, who better
Boom,
to
we
teach...
gotcha.
Who better to teach everybody on an island who have no culture than a bard?
Yeah, you just saved a shit ton of people on multiple factions with that action. So,
Success, kid. Woo.
who do you...
So-
I actually repositioned my camera so I could see you guys' faces when I said Esther.
Okay.
What island do you guys want to go to next?
Well, I have to go to Typhon.
Mhm.
And Kiki has to go to the dragon. I think those are the two big flashing red lights at the moment.
We also talked about going back to the Fates to tell them what happened in exchange for the silver dragon egg.
But we have to resolve the issue yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Good point.
I
I'm
will...
down.
And
I don't think this is anything too tricky or untoward to point out, but I will point out that those two targets are both on the Forgotten Sea, which would mean, and I don't know numbers too much, but just trusting the book, that means that you're amping up the difficulty of the campaign by going there. Totally fine. I just want to get that confirm button clicked on.
I mean, we gotta do that eventually, right?
Yeah, we gotta accept the terms and conditions.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I'm on board. I just yeah.
So, all in favor of the dragon.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Before we do get going, I would ask if Callista could send a sending to Valis to tell her about the location of the boars.
I don't have the spell. I only have it for the names in my book.
Okay. What about either your birds or or
Yes,
her little messenger siren thing?
Yeah, then which would be faster? Would one of my paper birds be faster, or would calling the heartbeat be faster?
Asking Euphemian to do a sending spell.
I'm gonna say.
Oh,
But
sorry.
she doesn't want to hear from him anymore.
That's true. In that case, the bird.
What is he doing?
In that case, I would say the bird, if it survives the trip, which it probably will, but I need to say if as full disclosure. And then the heartbeat would be more secure and a little slower.
Well, no, so it would be more secure to do the bird because I can use hang on, what is the name of the spell? I have a few doses of the material components for what is it called? Illusory script, which is
No,
not
no, no,
readable.
no. I mean like a bird flying across the ocean with rain and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I just mean like
I-
because I would have to tell her. I guess I could give her something with illusory script on
I mean,
it,
if I
but-
decide to be an asshole that rolls for rain,
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think it would be unfair of me to do that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So, yeah. You
We
can
could
do
see
whichever.
if Kyra can do it.
Oh yeah, Kyra could easily do that. What do you want her to say? Just tell the locations.
Yeah, just that don't know which is which, but one of them is southeast of the village where we met, and then one is south of the necropolis of Tillamook.
Wonderful. Okay. So you send her that message, or Kyra sends her that message, and she says, "Oh, she said that she appreciates it and she'll look into it right away." And it's kind of all she said.
Did you get the impression that she was going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta start doing our offerings.
I was gonna say I was gonna do an offering when we got back to the ship. Of something.
And don't have any
So-
mushrooms left.
So are
I
you
don't
guys?
think Dallas would enjoy those.
Are you guys heading out to?
Would you like a centaur to soul bond with? May I interest you in a centaur?
I don't even know how I would roleplay her anger at that offer. I just imagine Nessa being like, or you being like, "Hey Nessa, you want to soul bond with the goddess?" And she'd be like, "Oh my god, yeah." And Val should, "May I please speak to you in the other room about an unrelated matter?" I think that'd just totally be her response.
Or she just like nope and like walk out.
Can I offer you a centaur at this trying time? But no,
What
I'm
about?
I don't think Gamerbots met
before-
Valis. Sorry, go on.
What?
I was just gonna say, what about before we leave for our trip? Maybe we'll arrange something to do an offering to everybody.
Mhm.
Just I'll
before we
go in the water. I'll go hunt some. I don't
Fish
know,
or
a
whatever,
tiger or shark or something, whatever it
Mhm.
is, to do an offering for everybody to try to appease.
I want you to roll a survival check.
All
Can I
right.
say
Can I offer her
could-
guidance?
And could I
Yes.
say I could help her because I still have the manta ray thing. I'm not good at
Yeah,
like,
guidance and advantage.
Okay, so advantage on survival.
Hmm.
That is a 22, and guidance is what? For
D4.
D4? So that's a 26.
Woohoo.
Yeah. What type of shark do you want? A tiger shark, you said?
Yeah, tiger shark is the first thing that came to mind. Hopefully, they're one of the more docile. Not gonna kill me one.
Totally see you just like coming up with this, like telling the group that you'll be back, and then just coming back with like a fucking tiger shark draped across your back.
Can we just appreciate the absolute Pythor energy of this moment?
Oh no,
And
it's
going off and
phenomenal.
getting that fucking crocodile.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Kiki.
From
This is her version. This is her version of eating a penguin.
Yeah. Just the shark just lands on the boat. Got it. So, you guys head off. Is that it? Are you good?
Yeah,
All right.
I think so.
Question. Do you guys want to? I know we only got a couple minutes left. Do you guys want to fast forward to getting to the next island, or do you have plans that you want to do in the next couple days?
I have at least one thing I want to do.
Okay. Then I guess we'll start to wrap up. Does anybody have a very brief action like that can fit into like 2 or 3 minutes at most?
Um,
Let's go with Jin first then.
Just really quick, I just want to send out a sending message to Seema and just say, it's been a few days. I just want to tell you that I love you and don't worry about what I asked before. That was stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. You're great. Good night.
Second.
I did not soul bond with any other beings.
That's right.
Oh, and of course, for flavor, as I come out of the water with the tiger shark, I'm doing the Daniel Craig coming out of the water on the beach there to James Bond
Yeah.
with the shark. Absolutely.
Too bad you can't do your hair too. Your hair just like does that flinging thing in the ocean. Slow mo.
just elbow Chandras. Do you get it now?
Just, yeah, I guess I see the merit. Seema sends you back. It was stupid, but you are not. I love you too, and I'm glad that things are better. Colossus is beginning to feel like home. Read is something that you wanted to do?
I just wanted to sort of touch base with the Dryad itself and
Okay.
go meditate and just sort of relate to her all the things that we've done over the last couple of days since we last spoke.
Sometimes often when you connect with her, you see visions of what she wants to tell you in return. And this time you don't get any visions, but you know that this time it's because she just listens to these stories. Elsewhere in the world, below the world, on a barge in the nether sea, Lutheria considers the Dryad. Thinks, well, they're less than 30 days and I haven't heard from them. And their delusions mean that they won't stop, which means that they're planning. And if they're planning, that means that they think they've got something. And it's time to remind them of who they are. At the very least, I can be honest. That way there aren't any surprises when the end comes. She stands up and motions for some of her amorous guests to give her space, and she goes, I need to go to the armory. I need to check something. You all have fun without me. That's an order. And she strides down and considers what's at her disposal. And she thinks to herself, what's the only sound sweeter than a human begging for mercy? The little sob when they realize they're not going to get it. And she closes the cabinet and heads off to begin her plan. And that's where we'll end this session. Thank
so
you all
good.
for coming to this.
Thank
I
you,
didn't like
everybody.
that.
Well, she's gonna show up sooner or later. Bitch.
You can take later off the table.
Elsewhere, Chandra's elbows you Fabian. Do you get it?
I'm scaroused.
The ultimate
Oh,
dom.
God.
Wow.
Thank you all for coming. If you watched, please be sure to give us a follow because we're every Monday. We got our bullshit roll for bowl going. I stopped watching the activities, but yeah. Oh, we got new followers in the past couple days. Okay. Thank you all for coming. We're gonna join up again next week. We're gonna resume this madness. I think that's it. I don't really have any announcements. Anything you guys want to say?
Love you guys.
Just thank you so much for following, everybody.
Merch
Go to
is
our
great.
merch store. Look at what Ali has here. It looks
It's so
amazing.
beautiful. It's
I need
really
to get
soft
mine.
and lightweight.
Mm.
It's perfect for Southern California.
It is. They are wonderful.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh,
As
sorry,
is every last one of you.
Yes.
yes.
Perfect for
Everybody's
Southern
wonderful.
California. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.